thing that I would really consider when applying for, let's say, Navy Federal credit cards. Are you just trying to apply for the credit card to get approved for the credit card, or are you trying to apply for the credit card to get high limits? Today, when I was telling you guys about me doing a credit line increase with the Navy Federal Flagship, I was really considering if I joined Navy Federal and I was about to apply for credit cards, I really feel like I would have had a better strategy. I would have did things a lot different. So in this video, I want to talk about if you have joined Navy Federal and you're thinking about applying for credit cards, consider this. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, I'm Tasha from the Major Change Group, where we believe small changes can create big results. And if this is your first time on the channel, welcome. We talk about how to get your money straight, how to increase your credit score, and how to use your credit card like a debit card. So I've been with Navy Federal since, I want to say, like October or November of 2019. And y'all, when I had became a member with them, I had applied for the Navy Federal Flagship probably like less than a month of me being a member, and I was not putting money in my savings account, my checking account, or anything. When I had applied for the Navy Federal Flagship, I just thought that I was going to get this high credit limit because I had a credit score probably over like 700, probably like 715 or something. So I just knew I was going to get this high credit limit, and nope, I didn't. I only got approved for $6,700. But then by the next time I had applied for the Navy Federal More Rewards, I got approved for $25,000. When applying for Navy Federal credit cards, you really want to consider this. Are you just applying for a credit card because you want to get approved for the credit card, or are you applying for the credit card because you want high limits? And those are two different things, because on the one hand, I did apply for it and I got approved, but I only got approved for $6,700. But really, I wanted to get approved for $25,000 or, higher than $6,700. You know what I'm saying? But then on the same hand, if I wanted a high limit, then really I should have used a better strategy to be able to have a high probability of getting a high credit card limit than just applying. So it's really good to have a strategy when applying for credit cards. And I would say you can use these strategies for any bank or credit union, not just necessarily Navy Federal. So I was saying in the last video, if I could do it all over again, the first thing that I would do different, I would have waited to apply for a credit card. So hear me out. Since I had applied for the Navy Federal Flagship, on the one hand, that is their premier credit card. And so I think that I would have waited maybe at least 3 months, 3 to 6 months, so I could build that relationship with Navy Federal. So making sure that my accounts are in good standings, also possibly considering doing direct deposit. I think those are some of the things that I would have did first, because with Navy Federal, we know that they have an internal score. And I feel like the more that you build that good relationship with the credit union, the better and the higher your credit limits would be. The second thing that I would have done is I would have taken a look, even though I knew what my credit score was, really taking a look at my credit report to see how is my overall credit report and my credit profile looking. So one, take a look at how many inquiries do you have on your credit report? Because at the time, I believe I had applied for 2 other credit cards. So it was pretty hot around that time when I had applied for the Navy Federal Flagship. And sometimes banks, they really don't want to approve you for new credit when they see that you're applying for a lot of credit. Also, 2, you want to make sure that your credit utilization is low. So I think I had that in my favor, because I don't think that I had high utilization. So the credit utilization is 30% of our credit score. So we want to make sure that our utilization is 30% or lower, but the lower the better. So if you have high maxed out credit cards, the probability of getting approved for credit cards or even high limit credit cards can really be slim. So making sure that our credit utilization is low, 10% or lower, the lower the better. Also, taking a look at our payment history, because our payment history is 35% of our credit score. So we want to make sure that we're paying those bills on time, because with having the late payments on our credit report, they can take a long time to fall off of our credit report compared to, let's say, if you're really trying to increase your credit score, if you tackle your credit utilization, you can usually increase your credit score pretty quick. The last thing is to consider, what are your other credit limits on your other credit cards? And two, are those credit cards in good standings too? Because when they pull your credit report, they're going to be able to see all of that. And usually they will mirror what your other credit lines are too. And so that's why I was also kind of considering, would I get a high credit limit? Because some of my other credit limits were like $15,000 or $13,000. But I really feel like the one thing that hurt me with applying for the Navy Federal Flagship so soon after I became a member is, one, because I was not depositing any money, and then two, possibly because I had additional inquiries on my credit report since I had been applying for other credit cards. So I think those are some really good things to consider, I think, when applying for any credit cards, but most definitely when applying for Navy Federal, because I really think that they are a relationship credit union. And so those are some of the things that we want to think about when we are applying. Some other things that I would consider is, one, doing the pre-qualification so that you're not applying for credit cards that you don't pre-qualify for. Although that does not guarantee that you are going to be approved, I think it still does give you like a pretty high probability. So we don't want to be applying for credit cards that we might not even get considered for. And also consider using some of their other products. So like I was saying, when we even consider the Navy Federal Cash Rewards credit card, when you get that credit card, if you have direct deposit, then you'll get 1.75% cash back over the 1.50% cash back. If you are considering building your credit, possibly consider doing the pledge loan or the N rewards. Those are some products that you can do to increase your credit score while you are still building that relationship with Navy Federal. So those are a couple of other things to consider, because I feel like when I had applied for my Navy Federal More Rewards credit card, by the time I did that, I did have direct deposit on my checking account. I was depositing money into my savings account, and I had two credit cards, one credit card, because I had the Navy Federal Flagship, and so I had good payment history on that, and it was a good standings. And then I think I had a car loan by the time I had got the Navy Federal More Rewards. So I had several different products with Navy Federal at the time. So I really think that my Navy Federal internal score was higher compared to the first time when I had applied for the Navy Federal Flagship, and I had only been a member less than a month, and I wasn't depositing any money into my account. So those are some of the things that I would consider that I would have done. I hope that you found this video helpful. Please like, subscribe, share with a friend, turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified when new content drops. I thank you so much for watching. Until next time.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.